So in this clip, we're going to have a look at the process for downloading a number of student submissions so that we can effectively mark them offline. So I'll bulk download, make changes to them, and then bulk upload them back into the system. So effectively a process for offline marking, if that's something that you're interested in. So I'm going to begin by going into my assessment menu, my assignment dashboard, and I have an assignment here with a number of submissions for this purpose. So I could either click on new submissions, click on the title of the essay, or even the drop down menu here and view my submissions. And the first view that it gives me is the users tab, which will give me a view of everybody that's submitted or not submitted in the subject. So all users. What I'm going to do is actually switch across to my submissions tab so that it only shows me those that have submitted. And here are my 3 student submissions, 3 separate documents. What I'm going to do at this point is check this box at the top of the menu here. That will select all of those objects. So select all. Now I'm going to download. And it is going to give me a zip file. So if I select this link, it's now downloading that file. We'll have a look at that. There it is. I've got one here. Now you can change the name of this folder if you like. Just for the purpose of today, I'm going to call this from marking. You can change the name of the folder that you're downloading. That's okay. So that zip folder's there ready. But what I want to do is in fact extract this so that I have an unzipped version of this folder, the entire folder structure inside it, including the files of those student documents. If I was to actually click through this, we'll see that we have the names of each of the students, their identifiers in there. If we go inside those folders, there's the Word document. But these are all still zipped at the moment. And that's no good to me until after I've finished my marking process. So if we go back, here's the file that I've downloaded. I've adjusted the title for marking. What I'm going to do at this point is right click and click on extract all. And what it's asking me here is where do I want to download it and what do I want to call the folder that I'm putting it in. And that sounds okay, A2SA for marking. So I'm hitting extract. And here is my folder that is no longer zipped. Okay, this is just a normal folder with the files inside, with this index item at the top, and I want to leave all of this structure, including the names of the files, students, etc. I want to leave all of that alone as it is. At this point now, I can go into this folder and start my marking. So if I open up one of these documents, it's opening Word for me. Here's the document, turn on editing, make my changes. You'll see I've got a bunch of placeholder text here, but maybe I'm going through here and putting in some comments. This bit, amazing, etc. You can use obviously a massive amount of different feedback tools within Word, or if you've got plugins like Norfolk or other tools, they'll already be a part of your use of Word. But I've just made one change at this point, including that feedback to this document so that we can see. Save that, close it. So this is now marked. It's inside that same folder structure that I haven't touched. Maybe I'll do the same to each of the other student submissions just so we can see that they've been changed in some way. In this one, what I'll do is highlight. Better turn on editing. Okay, so that one's been annotated in some way. Close that one up and we'll do the same with the third document. And we'll open up the third Word document. And this time around, maybe I'll highlight the second one just to show you that I've made some changes. This time around we will choose a different color. That'll do. So I've annotated 3 different student submissions saved them, and left them in the same folder structure that I downloaded them in. So we downloaded, we unzipped, we left it in the same structure, haven't changed the folder names inside at all, haven't moved the student documents or renamed them at all. We've just left them alone like that. And now what I'm going to do is, if I go back up to my unzipped folder where I finished the marking process, maybe I'm going to change this title of the folder at the top to marked, just so it's easy for me to find. And now I'm going to re-zip this folder so that it's ready to go back into Brightspace. So right click, compress to zip, can keep that same name, marked, and now I have a zip folder ready to bulk upload into Brightspace. So I'll move this out of the way, get rid of some of these other windows. And what we'll see in our Brightspace assignment area, in our assignment dashboard, is that there is an option here that says add feedback files for this assignment. Now this is basically asking us to bulk upload a zip document that it will attempt to match up against student submissions. So let's select add feedback files. Now it's asking for us to browse to where they are. So I have my folder here. Here is my clearly labeled marked zip folder that I'm going to drag in here. It will only take zip files. That's gone in. I'm going to hit add. So it's processing this. And it says that we've attached 3 feedback files successfully. So let's see what that looks like now. If we go back into our view of users, I can see against the first student here that there is in fact now a draft evaluation in place. So I'm going to go to that evaluation to see what the system has done. And if I scroll down, there is now an attachment against this student's submission. And if I open that up, have a look at what that attachment is. There's my speech bubble comment. So it has uploaded the document that we annotated and attached it to each of those student submissions. Right, so it's already a part of their evaluation. What it does require still is an entering of a grade for the student. Even if you're not using the rubric in Brightspace and you're not annotating or marking inline, or perhaps not even providing overall feedback within Brightspace, and you've done all of that within your Word document, that's fine, but we still need at some point to enter a grade for this student. So even if I put in here, for example, that she'd gotten 24 or something out of 30, and I could save draft at that point, and I've provided a grade and the feedback to the student. So yes, you can mark offline and then bulk upload those files to attach them, but you're still going to have to enter a grade into the student evaluation or have them entered into the gradebook directly. Now, keep in mind, and we won't cover this in this video, but if you enter a grade into the gradebook directly rather than an evaluation, it will instantly publish that grade. Whereas in here, we've got the opportunity just to save it as a draft. And now our marking for this one student is complete until we are ready to publish. So thank you for that. We look forward to seeing you in other clips.